How much will 500,000 amp potentially be worth in 2025? In today's video, let's find out. However, before I continue on any further, please keep in mind that I am not a financial advisor. These are all just hypothetical scenarios, and there's absolutely no guarantee that any of it is going to happen. But with that being said, as of right now, 500,000 amp is currently worth $950. And with that in mind, if amp during the next bull run were to go to the price of 5 cents, it would be over a 26x from here. And at that point, 500,000 amp would be worth $25,000. And personally speaking, do I think that amp could go to the price of 5 cents during the next bull run? I think it could hypothetically happen, and here's the reason why I think so. First of all, I do believe that amp is amazing. AMP was created by Flexa, a crypto payments company. And shortly before AMP was launched, Flexa actually launched an app called SpedN, which allowed users to pay at thousands of merchants throughout the United States using cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and much more. And the reason why AMP was created in the first place was because the Flexa coin smart contract could not be upgraded to support new functionalities that Flexa was looking for. However, I think it should be noted that Flexa and AMP are two separate technologies. Flexa's payment protocol makes it feasible to pay using an array of cryptocurrencies and stablecoins at over 40,000 merchants in the United States and Canada. And what makes Flexa different from other crypto payment services is the fact that crypto payments with Flexa are automatically converted into whichever fiat the merchant wants. These conversions from crypto to fiat are done automatically using cryptocurrency exchanges that Flexa has partnered up with, which wire the money to the merchant's bank account. And with that in mind, the purpose of AMP is to act as collateral for any cryptocurrency transactions made using the Flexa payment protocol. And just to visualize what I mean by this, just imagine, let's say, someone makes a purchase at a store with a cryptocurrency using the SpedN app. However, when this purchase is made, in order for the merchant to know that the payment is final, the merchant has to wait a certain number of confirmations. And this right here may take quite a long time in some cases. And of course, that's not going to be ideal for the merchant because there may be a small possibility that the transaction may fail. Because let's say during the transaction, there is a chain halt or a hard fork, the transaction's quite essentially not going to be successful. And that again, right, is of course not going to be good for the merchant. And this risk right here continues to exist until that cryptocurrency is converted to fiat and sent to the merchant's bank account. So to solve this potential problem, a certain amount of AMP that is worth slightly more than the transaction is temporarily locked into a special smart contract. And the amazing thing about this is the fact that if, let's say, something goes wrong with the transaction, the AMP that is temporarily locked up is then automatically sold for fiat to make sure that the merchant gets their money. And since the amount of AMP that was temporarily locked up was worth slightly more than the transaction, this right here ensures that the merchant will get their entire payment even if the crypto space overall is, let's say, crashing and the prices of cryptos are going down. And the AMP collateral that is used for crypto payments comes from users who stake their AMP with payment providers who are leveraging the Flexa payment protocol, which include SpedN. And that right there is what AMP is all about. I think it's amazing, and I think the use case is so spectacular. So overall, when I consider the use case of AMP, I truly do believe that something this amazing could very well at least go to the price of 5 cents during the next bull run, hypothetically speaking. And now, with that being said, I want to take a look at the next price target for AMP, and that is AMP at the price of 10 cents. And when it comes to this price target, I do believe that AMP could very well attain this during the next bull run, and here is the reason why I think so. And one of the major reasons why I think so is because I do believe that the global crypto payment gateway market has a lot of potential. For example, if we take a look at this, the global crypto payment gateway market over the next 5 years is anticipated to be worth over $91 billion, which I think is insane. And I do believe that moving forward, as the global crypto payment gateway market continues to grow, I think so will fundamentally amazing cryptocurrencies, much like AMP, that are focused on crypto payments. And when I take that into consideration, I do believe that AMP during the next bull run could very well at least go to the price of 10 cents. And now, I want to talk about an even bigger price target for AMP, and that is AMP at the price of 15 cents. And even though this goal right here, it may seem crazy to some people, they may think, wow, AMP at 15 cents, that sounds so unrealistic. However, I don't think so. In fact, I believe it could very well be a possibility during the next bull run. And here is the reason why I think so. And the major reason why I think so is because I believe that the next bull run could be so massive. And my rationale is this. As of right now, there is more people than ever before in history owning cryptos. And no, that is not a joke. Currently, there is over 420 million people around the world owning cryptocurrencies. And just to give this number some context, just around 2 years ago, during that massive bull run in 2021, at that time, there was roughly only around 300 million people owning cryptocurrencies. So just imagine this, right? If the 2021 bull run looked that huge with roughly only around 300 million people owning cryptocurrencies, just imagine how massive the next bull run could potentially be, especially now that we have over 420 million people owning cryptos. In my opinion, when you have that many people owning cryptos, during the next bull run, the amount of FOMO, buying pressure, and buying volume could very well be through the roof. And I think that during the next bull run, Bitcoin could hypothetically at least go to the price of $100,000. And I think if that were to happen, I think at that point, the altcoin season would just be insane. And I think that when altcoins start rallying, I think so will fundamentally amazing cryptocurrencies, much like AMP. So overall, when I consider the use case of AMP, when I consider just how spectacular it is, and last but not least, when I consider just how massive the next bull run could potentially be, I do believe that AMP during the next bull run could very well at least go to the price of 15 cents and surprise a lot of people. I am extremely bullish on the future of AMP. I think it is so incredible. And if you want to check out a very interesting video, make sure to go ahead and click on this thumbnail right here. It's a very fantastic video, and I think you all would really love it.